Welcome back to our last lesson on toilet training, and we hope that you have found all these lessons helpful so far. Please do click the like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, as well as please do share with others these resources as well. Now, a few last closing points. Firstly, about initiating or communicating to use the toilet. Remember how at the start of this series and throughout, we demonstrated having a toilet icon at the front of the toilet, as well as on a child's visual schedule in order to pair the association of a child first picking up the visual and then going to the toilet. Well, we sincerely hope that this has become a part of your child's routine and they're able to pick up that visual to communicate going to the toilet to you. Now, some kids may actually be so independent in using the toilet that they may just go on their own, which is good, especially for at home and appropriate. But this can be a challenge out there in the community or even at school. And so a few quick tips would be, firstly, do remember that initial tip. From the start of toilet training, you always have a communication step before going into the toilet. You can use the PACS visual, or if your child is verbal, to communicate for toilet before opening the door to the toilet. Then if your child didn't start to independently communicate for the toilet based on that incidental teaching and pairing that you've already been doing, you can do some intentional teaching, whereby you could firstly have a video model prepared so your child can see the expectations clearly. Then when going to the toilet, you could practice phase 2 of PACS from our previous series on functional communication, which is to gradually increase the distance. And essentially, your child will need to make a bit more effort to communicate, which includes them walking towards you. This will teach them persistence in communication. But if you find that your child is not able to be aware of their need to go to the toilet, just like many young children, parents would bring them on an informal schedule, such as when they wake up in the morning and would ask if they need the toilet at key timings such as before leaving the home for school or before leaving the mall to go back to the car, and the list goes on. So just naturally. And the last tip, if that doesn't work, is that we have also used a timer for the toilet to essentially remind our kiddos to check if they need to use the toilet. And again, they can pick up the visual, the toilet PACS, or refuse it to communicate no. This can initially be a physical timer with a toilet PACS picture on it, or eventually be a phone timer, which will look much more appropriate and actually be rather seamless to implement. And last but not least is nighttime toilet training. This will definitely be the last step in the toilet training piece, as by this time your child would be able to urinate and hopefully poo-poo in the toilet, and so you would want to gradually wean off the nighttime diapers. And so before you totally remove the diaper at night, you want to again introduce the expectations clearly. And this will be done through the social story or even a video model, and of course a first then board which says dry diaper, then reward. Then the key prerequisites for this, apart from your child understanding clearly that pee-pee goes in the toilet and stays dry in the nighttime, is also a consistent nighttime routine. This is essentially very important in order to teach a consistent nighttime toileting routine. And some key tips include less fluids before bed so it's easier to stay dry throughout the night, to practice going to the toilet before sleeping, then to remember to read the social story before sleeping to remind your child to stay dry and that pee-pee goes in the toilet in the morning. Then the first thing in the morning is to go to the toilet, then to check the diaper, and if it's dry to immediately reinforce. But if it's wet, then you can remind them to try again next time. And if your child is still needing to pee at night, one tip would be to set an alarm and to bring your child to the toilet at a specific time each night. Diapers can then be switched to a bed pad to keep their beds clean and dry as you continue with teaching this. Well, we've come to the end of our series on toilet training with lessons on getting ready for toilet training, building tolerance to the toilet, the actual toilet training routine, peeing in the toilet, pooping in the toilet, wiping clean after toileting, washing themselves clean or using the bidet after toileting, and finally some tips for initiating and nighttime tips as well. And so we hope these lessons have provided you with sufficient knowledge for your child to start toilet training. Do comment below if you've already been able to follow along, and if it's been successful, please do share with us your experience and also your feedback. We would love to hear from you. So till the next series, do take care and we will see you very soon. Autism at Home is brought to you by the Hope Project, which is the non-profit arm of Early Autism Project Malaysia. All the content development, our clinical expertise and time is completely borne by EAP Malaysia, and the production of these videos so far are funded solely through donations and fundraising. If you found these resources helpful and would like to contribute in some way, please do pledge a donation at autismmalaysia.com/the Hope Project. Thank you very much for your support, and with the amount of interest we have received online, we have actually started providing online services and currently work with clients in other states of Malaysia, New Zealand, Philippines, Singapore, Switzerland, Indonesia, China and Brunei. Do get in touch with us for more information by scanning this QR code. And if you haven't already, do check out our online resource platform, Autism at Home, which has all the lesson videos, corresponding articles and downloadables available for you for free. Stay updated through our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. Do click on the subscribe and follow buttons to get more information. Thank you for watching and we will see you soon.